in a very musical home and sang in the choir when I was only about 5 or 6 years old. And I was always fascinated with the music of the church. I loved all of the hymns and all the songs, but I think what I was fascinated with was our church had a little organ. And my mom thought it would have been really good to have a keyboard player in the family. So rather than start me on the piano, she thought I'd be bored with the piano. She started me on the organ. But as a child, I remember being drawn to that instrument at a very, very early age. Boy, playing the organ is, oh my, I'm free. I'm free to do anything I want to. In fact, sometimes when I'm playing the organ, I leave the music and I just begin to create. I create my own sounds. I can get as loud as I want or as soft as I want. I can be as emotional or I can be as objective. And when I sit down to the organ, it is at my command. And so I am free to do anything I want. Mozart said it best. Mozart said it was the king of the instruments. And it's not because it's so much bigger than all of the other instruments combined, as much as all that goes into the organ. I mean the pipes, the electronics, the literature that's written certainly is wonderful, but it's all the flavors and colors that come from an organ. And how it makes me feel is I'm in command of an orchestra. When I sit down to especially a fairly large organ, I have practically every instrument at my disposal. I don't have to go out and hire someone to play the instrument for me. I have it at my fingertips. I read a quote a number of years ago by a man named Mark Wicks. And Mark Wicks was the founder of the Wicks Pipe Organ Company here in the United States, and they still build pipe organs today. But Mark said that just having an instrument in the home changes people. And so the passion I have for the organ is it changes me. I mean, I know that I create things on the organ, but there's something that organ does in me that changes who I am. And it's something that I can give myself to. And the neat thing about it is when I'm performing for someone, I'm really handing what I believe and what I have a passion for onto other people. Now, they can take it or leave it, but I offer it as a gift. And so what it evokes out of me is this tremendous ability and this tremendous creativity that I don't get many other places. An organ is freedom to me. Organ is the ability, it's just a tool like anything else. But the organ is a instrument by which I can give my talent to, and it can express what's inside of me like no other instrument can. And so the organ is as big or as small, is as intimate, as loud, as boisterous, as rude, and yet as sensitive as it can be. So it speaks freedom to me. In fact, sometimes I leave the page and I put in my own chords, or I just create music myself and putting new stops and new sounds together. And so what the organ is speaking to me is get outside of the box. Get outside of the norm that you've been trained, and experiment. And so that's what I love to do with any kind of technique, is just experimenting. Get outside of the box. I see the future of the organ only going in one particular direction, and that is unless people, organists like myself, find a niche in our society that it fits with our culture, it will be a bygone antique. It will be obsolete. And I think that, like the guitar, I mean, the guitar is not as old as the organ. The guitar is very, very famous and very popular today. And I think the organ can too, but I think organists have to get out of being stuffy and being elite and start appealing to the masses, start appealing to other people, not just church people, but concert people, because the organ can do that. But an organist has to step outside of himself and begin to communicate what he feels and what he believes is just good music. And the organ gives just good music. I play the organ because I want to. I don't have anything else that I would rather do. I don't find anything else that makes me feel the way I feel about the organ. And so I do it because I love doing it. I guess we've been put on this earth and been created to do specific things, and I guess I've been created just to play the organ and love what I do.